All right, man. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the daily money markets. My name is Che Yusuf. It's another week in terms of the market analysis and as well as the politics that actually affect the global market. So yeah, man. There's been a lots of things that has been happening. I mean, when it comes to global politics, we saw what happened between Donald Trump and the president of Ukraine, Zelensky. When Zelensky was actually in the White House, the conversation that these guys had, the crash that these guys had, and the tariff as well in terms of Donald Trump posing the tariff to Mexico and Canada, and again to China as well. And the China same time retaliate also with some of the tariff from actually that region. So man, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna try just to bring a little bit of clips of what happened, and again we're gonna jump in the market, trying to analyze the market, see where the market is going. But the market has been really performing sideways. Last week again we talked about the German elections, that one of the party they won German elections, but they're supposed to actually to form a government. We still wait, to see what coalition, which party they're gonna have the coalition with, whether it's far left, middle left, central left. All those parties that we talked about last week. So that's what is gonna we're gonna go through in terms of also market analysis, as I said, just to check in the market again. Maybe high impact volatility of the news, what type of market news that we are expecting for these few days that are left. But the biggest one this week, it's NFP. It's a non-farm payroll, which is coming this Friday. It's actually, the Federal Reserve, they release the number of employment, how many people they've been in employment at particular month. So NFP, it's coming on Friday. It comes on the first week of Friday of each and every month, which is we're gonna be seeing a lot of volatility when it comes to NFP, or we're expecting a lot of volatility. Again, last night Donald Trump was faced a cabinet, a meeting. He was in a cabinet. The first time in a history we saw a president of the United States having a speech of overdue of over time than any other president. So very interesting. Maybe we're going to check it out as well to see what's going on in terms of that. Just a little bit of clip and just to hear what he been talking about. Again, the first time to see a person, a member of a parliament getting kicked out from United States Parliament. So it was again yesterday. So a lot of things have been happening when it comes to politics that affect the global market. Again, Euro USD in the morning going up 1.86% growth. When it comes to the German 10-year bond yield, it's falling. German 2-year, it's falling. So German 10-year bond yield soars to the highest since 2023. So that's what is being happening, and that's what it's happening again when it comes to the German 30 itself, because the German 10-year bond, it's actually depreciating. So yeah, welcome to the. So when it comes to the high impact volatility, we actually seeing from Wednesday, from Monday there was a little bit of quiet, and again Tuesday there was a monetary policy, but the high impact volatility, I think they're starting on Wednesday, where we're seeing on Australian dollar, a GDP from Australian dollar that is coming on, but which is significant. And again, US president is speaking again on Wednesday 4:10 a.m. As I said, he spoke yesterday, and again he's speaking again on the 10 past the 4 p.m. right. Again, later on there's ADP non-farm employment change that we're going to see. Let me see if we go all the way down. We're seeing also ISM service PMI from United States 5 p.m. Thursday, which is tomorrow. There's a Euro summit that we're expecting it all day. It does have the volatility because of all the president, when they come to speak, certain instrument or certain forex, they react. There's a monetary policy statement again from Eurozone that we're expecting again. 3:30 p.m. we're expecting unemployment claims to see how much people they are actually claiming the employment before we get to non-farm payroll. And 3:45 p.m. there's European excuse me, there's a European central bank press conference that is coming. As we think we're expecting Madam Jessie Liggett to actually speak then. Moving down all the way, there's no much, and all the way to Friday, which is we're seeing Canadian employment change, Canadian employment rate as well, average hour earnings, and the US non-farm payroll, which is the biggest one. So we're expecting lots of volatility when it comes to Friday. And the last one, I think on Friday, it's a federal chair Powell speaking. So after non-farm payroll, the federal chair Powell is going to actually speak in terms of the interest rate. Are they going to continue to hold the interest rate with the 25 basis points, or they're actually going to cut the interest rate or put it on the hold, the interest rate? So yeah, man, we're gonna see how much they're gonna talk, what a stimulus package they're going to implement, to make sure that they continue holding that economy or that interest rate, to continue dropping the interest rate so that it can meet what the targets of Donald Trump to bring down the price of food in a basket. So yeah, that's high impact volatility. That's how it's looking in terms of this week. So when it comes to last week, as we said, that Donald Trump was actually meeting with the President Zelensky of Ukraine, talking about to actually end the conflict in terms of the Ukraine, and this is a hot conversation that actually shakes the whole world. Everyone was talking about this. This is actually the conversation that took Bitcoin all the way back to 105 dollars. We're gonna try to check it out also when it comes to those to see that these politics, they are actually affecting the global market. They do affect the global forex financial market. When you're actually jumping in a market, you see different types of sideways trading because of this hot conversation. So I just want maybe to share and to listen a little bit what's actually I know everyone has actually seen it, but these are pinnacle moments that needs to be captured and kept because it never been happened, things like that. But check it out, Trump and President Zelensky.
We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yeah, but if
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you see what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count one.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people in your military?
Yeah,
and do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and it happens to be right about
from the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't have. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation.
So pretty much, that's the gesture of it. And again, if you want to check it out, you can go anywhere on YouTube and search. You can watch the whole video. But I mean, on my opinion only, I feel like these guys, they were trying to bully the president of Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. Of course, we don't know the details deep down in terms of the negotiation of the deal, but the way Trump he says there's a mineral deal that Zelensky has to sign. So pretty much it might be maybe the part of Russia where they are fighting, there's minerals there, and they want to take that part. So when it comes to minerals and countries and neighboring countries fighting for this thing, so it's really a challenge. And now Trump is in the mix, so in the middle of it, to make sure that Zelensky must sign a deal. But again, this is a very first time for me, person that I've been following this type of stuff for a very long time. I haven't seen a president of the United States coming, live in front of the cameras so that they can sign a specific deal with any other partners, unless if those are deals that you do it for business deals and so on, and you do it in a summit or on a conference. But when it comes to a war deal, national interest deal, I haven't seen it in being signed, or that argument, that conversation being live. I mean, there was a conversation last week. I recorded a video saying that Trump's people, they went to Saudi to meet with President Putin's people. That was not televised live. What exactly they were talking about? If there is videos, maybe it's somewhere archived somewhere, but it was not televised. We just saw clips of people having that type of meeting. Why is that now? Zelensky, they had to have a meeting right in front of the media. So that's what happened when it comes to Zelensky. I feel like they were bullying him, and that's why he did respond like that. It went all the way until Trump saying, get out of the White House. He left. He went and meet up with some of the European leaders. And again, recently, which is yesterday, we heard that Zelensky is willing to come back and to sign that deal. Of course, there's a persuade, that is being persuaded to go and sign that type of a deal. So we're gonna see if President Zelensky is gonna come back to US, to White House, and sign that deal. But for now, let's check it out what Trump says yesterday, because yesterday again it was another hot topic. The first time Trump's being in a house or in a parliament and having some speech there. But let's just check it out, a little bit of clip. From there, then we're gonna jump and check the market and how the market is actually performing, and how did it perform through these global politics that are actually affecting the financial forex market. So you're still with the daily money markets. You are with me, Che Yusuf. Let's check it out. Praising the shadow president, which is Elon Musk. So let's just check it out. This speech.
Created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. Doge. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
Praising Doge.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight. Working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+. in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. What? $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender. This is real. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
So this is pretty much what his first speech, Donald Trump says on a parliament, praising actually Elon Musk for forming that department called Doji, where he's actually, in full front, provoking a lot of people. You talk about, RGDPQ plus that the money was going to Lesotho to fight that type of, issue there in Lesotho. These guys, they don't believe that this is the issues. But again, for the fact that it's heading by the Elon Musk, they call him the shadow president. A lot of analysts, they call him the shadow president. For the fact that it's heading him, a lot of stock market is finding very, very sideways in terms of the performance. So we're not going to bore you that much in terms of this speech. We're going to go jump in the market and check it out. If you want to check it out, these videos, you can check it out on YouTube. You can just search and you find all these videos. But for now, it's the time for us to get in the market and to see how the market is looking at the moment. So this is how the market is actually, looking at the moment. We are looking at German 30 at the moment, and again we talk about the market has just opened at very, very low in terms of the 10-year bond, but we're seeing German 30 coming from down. Now the volatility has just opened. It's 11 minutes past the London Open, and I can tell that the market is actually, a little bit bullish. And if we go to a smaller time frame, let's see where the market is prepared. I think it want to get to 23,237. Again, DAX, you can see even on the Bloomberg TV, DAX again is showing the positivity with a 2.56% in terms of growth. So DAX, that's German 30. What other instrument we should look on it? On the open, it's UK 100. UK 100 high in terms of high impact volatility. I can see the movement there. It's a little bit of positivity in terms of growth, but I'm anticipating a little bit of to push the price a little bit down to this price of 8,681. Maybe by the time NFP comes on Friday, that's where it will go back at these levels. So even last week we talked about the sideways trading of the market, right? If you can see, look at how the market hasn't been going anywhere from the 3rd of March all the way to the 4th of March. Even for the 2nd of March, the market hasn't really have some move, has been playing at the same position. So I'm anticipating a break to get to these levels, touch this level. Maybe we can see from tomorrow moving up. Now, gold has been a safe haven in terms of the dollar. All this speech of tariff, and a lot of investors, they don't have stability or confidence. That's why there's this thing called the consumer confidence or investor confidence. So the investors, they don't have confidence in terms of Donald Trump when you talk about tariff to a different types of countries, because the tariff, it actually reduces the profit that if you are an investor you're gonna actually make. That means you have to mark up a little bit so that you can actually have a little bit of more profits. Then the product is gonna be more expensive. Now you end up to be in a situation of like South Africa. So much industrial companies trying to produce, but they're only producing at a 70% of production because of people cannot afford to buy, those stuff. So that's why the investors, they're not actually, having confidence, because they are afraid of getting to that type of a level where the producers will produce more, but the consumers, they can't afford, to purchase that product. So we see the bullish movement in terms of gold, because of it is the safe haven of a dollar. It was actually, the dollar was actually declining, so I'm anticipating a little bit of move, a little bit pushes up to 2,934, 2,934, maybe from NFP, non-farm payroll, when the labor comes and announce number of people that are actually, employed or registered looking for a job or claiming for a job benefit. That's where we're going to see the dollar to have a little bit of, gaining momentum. Then that's what we're expecting, that the dollar might drop to these levels, to 2,842. So that's NFP move that we are anticipating. Again, Bitcoin. Remember, we talk about Bitcoin because of the politics that are affecting the global market. Look at the Bitcoin, where it was playing around $109,000. Bitcoin, it actually dropped. Okay, let's go to a little bit lower. It was on 80,000 and it pushes to 90. And if you go to daily, okay, let's not go to daily because it's going to show us on a January. At least let's go to 4-hour time frame. The highest that it went was 98,931. It might even get to 100,000. But where exactly the market was coming from, around 82. Okay, the 82 is a picking up that it's seeing from this week, but it's coming from 94,000. But remember, if we go again to a daily, we can see that the market was sitting actually at 79,000 when it comes to Bitcoin. But since the crash of Zelensky and Donald Trump, and again Trump getting to the cabinet praising Elon Musk, we saw a little bit of movement there, a little bit of movement. GBP USD, it's a London market open, very, very positivity that we are seeing there. I wanted to try to look for, I don't know if I'm gonna find it. All right, okay, no worries. So I wanted to check the price of other products that actually, being, okay, here we go, UK oil, that are affected by all these politics. US oil as well. Maybe we check US oil because of the talks of Donald Trump. And remove the grid, zoom out a little bit. All right. So actually, the conversation between Trump and the Iran people about Russia and the Ukraine war, it shows a little bit of positivity in terms of the United States oil, which is, they call it WTI, Western Texas oil, sitting at $67 per barrel, $67.5 per barrel. Very, very good. It's coming from $70 per barrel. It's sitting very, very, positive. Very, very good for 60. Once it getting to 67, 65, it coming from 66, it pushes up because of all these tariff and stuff, but right now it's starting to depreciate a little bit. So I think it's very, very positive when Western Texas oil is performing at this level. Lastly, we're gonna just check it out, the three biggest indices, and to see how they're performing and where do I think the market will go. The first one is NASDAQ, NAS 100, the combination of 100 technology companies listed in a one stock, which is NASDAQ. I am anticipating the bullish movement when it comes to Friday, which there's this noise of construction trucks in my neighborhood. But anyway, when it comes to NAS 100, I'm anticipating the bullish movement to get back to 21,000. It hasn't really reached that position. It's been trying to get to that level, but because of insanity of the market and lack of consumer confidence of the of lack of confidence of the investors. That's why the market is not bullish. But again, the labor are supposed to risk these things in terms of the indices. So we are expecting Friday, because of Jeremy Powell as well is going to speak, we're expecting it to have a little bit of positivity in terms of bullish. S&P 500, the same thing. Then decline it to 5,000. We're expecting it to push at least to 6,000 level. So all these gap is the gap that NFP can actually, testify and show the positivity of the growth. The last one, it's US 30, which is Dow Jones, the house of Dow Jones. Again, been playing around on a sideways market, but we're truly anticipating from this week when it comes to Friday to get back to 44,089 or even 44,000 flat when it comes to this market, when it comes to NAS 100, S&P 500, and as well as US 30. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking when it comes to these financial forex markets. Again, this is just information for education purpose. It's not actually directly telling you what to do, what you should buy, or what you should not buy in a market. All right, man. That's it. Thank you very much for actually, tuning in on the daily money markets. We talked about the politics that affect actually, the market, and we checked about the market. We checked the high impact volatility of the week. You can use that for your advantage in terms of, being ahead of what's coming in the market and what it's actually, affecting the market. So the biggest one, as we said, this week is non-farm payroll that is coming on Friday. And again, if you are a trader, you can jump in the market and trade on Friday. We're expecting a positivity when it comes to dollar, and later on there will be the Jeremy Powell, the president of Federal Reserve of US, speaking. We're expecting again a little bit of cutting of the interest rate when it comes to this month. So thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Che Yusuf. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and share with other guys. Thank you very much.